Guys, back with another Excel video, and in this one I want to take a look at one of the most important things we do in VBA, and that is to get the last used row of a column or maybe the entire worksheet itself. And oftentimes we do this because we want to process the data from our starting row to the last row, and we want to limit our loop in between these two upper bound and lower bound. So I'm going to show you two methods, and you can decide which one works better for you depending on your use case. So here you can see in column A, I've got a couple of values from rows 1 to 5, and then I left a gap, and I filled in some data in row 10. So my last used row should be 10. So let's see how we can get that value 10. So let me go ahead with the first method. Let's call this last row method 1. Okay, and let me just do some setup work by defining the workbook and worksheet. So WP as workbook, and let's set it to this workbook, and then let's define a worksheet, declare a worksheet, then WS as worksheet, and let's set it to WP.sheets and sheet 1. Okay, I think this should be capitalized. Let me just go check. Yeah, so that should be capital S. Okay, so now and then let's get a variable to hold the row count. So my last row, then last row as long. Okay, so the basic method to get the last row is actually to simulate going is to simulate Excel going like from the bottom up and then like a control up to the last used row, and then return that value. So how we do that is by saying, so my last row will be equals to, in this case, so I want it for column A only, so ws worksheet.range, and then what I'm going to do is for column A, and here's where we go to the bottom of the worksheet, rows.count .end, and then we want to do xlUp here, and then we want to get the row. So this is going to store our row, and let's just print it. Message. Okay, let's run this, and it should show us 10, which is here. Correct. That's the correct value. This I think works well in most cases. The only exception is if, say, your last row is hidden. What's going to happen is when you go up, Excel goes up to the last visible row, and in this case it's 5. So let's run our macro again, and in this time we should see that it returns the value 5. Yep, so that's correct. So as you can see here, it returns a value of 5, which it really depends on your use case. So most times you have all your data visible. It doesn't better, you can just use the xlUp.row. But if you do have hidden rows and you wanna keep that in mind, there is another way, and that's to use the find function. So let me just show you how that is done. So let me delete this one, and let's do sub last row method 2, and let me do the initial prep work again. So dim as work. And the reason why I like doing this is, if you work with a lot of workbooks, multiple workbooks open at the same time, it's always best to define your workbooks and worksheets so that you know what you're pointing to. So let me just go set that up. It's the same as before. Then ws worksheet set ws as sheet. Okay, and then we'll do our row count again. Or we'll do it dim last row as long. Okay, so here we're going to use the find function, and we can see we can see the difference later on versus the xlUp method. So the first thing we need to do is check whether our worksheet is blank or not, and we'll do this by using the count a worksheet function. So if my application dot worksheet function dot count a, and let's set it for our column A first. So you could also do it for the entire worksheet, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So if this equals to 0, then my last row equals to 1. Else, we're going to do the find function. So our last row will be our worksheet dot range. In this case, we want column A only. Then we'll use the find function. And here you can see the different parameters that we can pass in. So the first one is what, and in this case we'll put the asterisk symbol to represent find anything, and then after that our starting point. So in this case will be let's after cell A1, ws.range A1, then look in, we'll put in Excel formulas, look at Excel part, then search order by Excel by rows, and direction will be Excel previous. Then we want to return the row just as before. Let's close out our if function. Okay, then again let's message box the last row. Okay, so it looks good. So let's run this, and here you can see, even with the, let me magnify that a bit. Okay, so even with row 10 hidden, if I were to run the macro, it returns me row 10. And this last row method too that we used the find function. It can be modified slightly to give you the last used cell in the entire worksheet. So in this case, let's do some modifications. Let's start with the check for blank values. So the count A function will, instead of the range a.a, we'll replace it with ws.cells, yeah, to represent all the cells in the worksheet. And similarly, instead of ws.range and then finding, we'll use ws.cells. Okay, so if this works, let's just put a value in C12. So okay, so the last row should be row 12. Okay, so let's save that and run it, and there you go, you have row 12. So this is a good way, like if you just want to find the last row of your entire worksheet, I highly recommend you that use this find function. You do need to put this check for with the count A, because if the entire worksheet is blank and if you were to use the find function, it will throw an error. So to avoid that, you catch it with the if statement and assign it a value of 1. Yep, hope that was useful, and in my next video I'll probably look at how to find the last column. That's another thing that we do so often in VBA. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions about finding the last row, do drop them below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.